Social media is fueling a fire that has always been a burning, but now the forest is ablaze. We must evacuate. What the heck is she talking about? I am talking about the intense pressure people are feeling these days to have cosmetic procedures, filler, Botox. However, there is a serious underground market of counterfeit injectables that people are seeking out, maybe to cut costs, and the consequences are quite deadly.
The CDC is now looking into illnesses caused by bad Botox. This happened in Illinois and Tennessee. 2 people in LaSalle County were hospitalized after they got injections from a nurse who was working outside of her authority. They developed symptoms of botulism, which includes muscle weakness and difficulty breathing.
What is botulism? Botulism is an illness that can be potentially life-threatening, caused by Clostridium botulinum, a bacteria. People get this from contaminated food, as well as, in some cases, from wound contamination. Of course, with everything, it's not the poison, it's the dose. So the toxin produced by this bacteria is actually something that can be safely administered to not only improve the visible signs of aging in the form of dynamic wrinkles that are apparent when you move, but also is used to treat actually a whole host of medical conditions, non-aesthetic things, such as hyperhidrosis, torticollis, migraines, for example. Iatrogenic botulism, meaning botulism that you get from a healthcare provider, super rare. These cases that are popping up are coming from people who are going out seeking injectables from people who are operating outside of their scope of practice or really have even no medical license whatsoever. In many cases, operating out of their homes. It's very serious. In these cases, the people are, hospitalized with things like blurry vision, a droopy face, difficulty breathing, and like I said, it can be potentially life-threatening. Why is this happening? AbbVie and Allergan are the only authorized suppliers of Botox. However, like I said, there's this black market for unregulated injectables, Botox as well as filler. And the issues here are manifold. First of all, you have problems with purity. There can be many contaminants in these fake Botox products that cause serious harm to patients. Also, there's no guarantee of safety. There's no guarantee that the appropriate concentration is there. And there's no guarantee of efficacy. Allergan, AbbVie, they're not going to just allow anyone access. You have to be credentialed and qualified to obtain Botox cosmetics. So for the random person who wants to start doing Botox out of their bedroom with no qualifications or credentials, they're going to be accessing these counterfeit products. They're not going to be getting the actual Botox. There are people out there who are essentially practicing medicine illegally without a license, doing these procedures. Remember, Botox, while it may seem like, in the same category as getting highlights put in your hair, it is a medical procedure. There are complications that definitely can occur, albeit rare when done in the clinical setting with someone who is well-trained, qualified, experienced to be doing it. But it's not the kind of thing that you should be going to someone's home to receive. Just last week, actually, these 2 women were arrested here in the Houston area, a mother-daughter duo.
They were arrested during an undercover sting in Cypress this week. That's where we find Fox 26's Jade Fleury. Jade, what do we know about this arrest?
Well, the mother and daughter came here to the house behind me, hoping to charge $6,000 for those illegal butt injections. Instead, they were met with an undercover cop and arrested on site. 56-year-old Consuelo Delbo and her daughter, 18-year-old Isabella Delbo, are both being charged with unlawfully practicing medicine without a license. The mother also facing an additional charge, drug charge, for knowingly delivering a controlled substance. Court documents show that the women were planning to inject an unlabeled brown liquid into the posterior or butt of a customer. That customer, an undercover officer. The documents also show Consuelo Delbo also gave a Xanax to the undercover cop for the purpose of relaxing before the injections. Health experts are urging caution about getting injections outside of a licensed professional.
Pre-silicone injections, in my estimation, are dangerous. They've been essentially banned, even though they were done in the 60s.
And officers also seized illegal substances. The Major Offenders Division from HPD is asking anybody else who may be a victim to come forward. Reporting from Cypress, Jade Fleury, Fox 26 News.
A woman says she paid $8,000 for a cosmetic procedure that led to complications and regret. She said it was performed by a woman who was arrested alongside her daughter in an undercover illegal butt injection sting this week. ABC 13's Jessica Willie broke the story that people are talking about now all across the country. And Jessica, we're starting to learn more about the people who say they've been impacted by this.
Yeah, Brianna, since our story aired on Wednesday, 4 women have come forward calling Houston police with some horror stories. The 2 women we spoke to tonight say the mother has been injecting people for more than a decade. Neither she nor her daughter are licensed to practice medicine. In 2022, this 32-year-old mother wanted some enhancements.
Just to get bigger butt, because that's what was going on. So I was like, I want to do it.
She said she got a referral from a friend, saw the work.
She showed me pictures of other girls, and she even said she travels to go do strippers and lawyers. She said she done lawyers, teachers.
And went to a home in Conroe where the woman injected her backside with an entire bottle of this on 3 different occasions.
It was supposed to be hyaluronic acid gel, but that's not what it is.
She says she paid $8,000. 6 months later, she regretted it.
The side of my butt would get really, really red and sore to touch, and I'm pretty sure it was infected. Right now, it feels like marbles all over my butt. It does.
The woman who wished to remain anonymous called Houston police after seeing this.
I was in shock. I was like, whoa.
56-year-old Consuelo Maria Dalbo and her 18-year-old daughter Isabella under arrest following an undercover HPD sting. The mother-daughter duo arriving in Cypress Wednesday afternoon, thinking they're meeting a client who wanted butt injections for $6,000, HPD said. All set to do the procedure, they found out they were dealing with an undercover officer. The 2 are charged with practicing medicine without a license.
Over here, I have a ball.
Consuelo, she says, also injected her lips.
Regret going to her. I do.
Another woman tells ABC 13 she's been suffering for nearly 15 years and shared photos. In 2010, she says she got calf injections from Consuelo, and ever since she's been plagued with the constant infections causing severe swelling and pain. She calls the whole ordeal a nightmare. Tonight, we wanted to ask the mother and daughter about these accusations. They have no attorney of record. We got an obscene gesture.
Don't do it.
Both former clients warning people about the dangers of using someone who's not licensed. According to the district attorney's office, charges against the mother and daughter could be upgraded. This woman wants accountability.
That she goes to jail. She does. And pay everybody back so they can go get fixed and get the stuff out of their body. That's what I hope.
Jessica Willie, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And here's the alarming thing. I mean, it's alarming, it's disturbing, right? But here's something that is very telling. They have been doing this for 10 years, right? Like, how have they gotten, not only how have they gotten away with doing this for 10 years, but it really says something that they have been able to sustain this business practice for 10 years, meaning have clients, people that they are servicing, albeit illegally and very unsafely. How is this, it really just speaks to a demand. And you might ask yourself, well, why are people going this route? Like maybe it's a cost issue, but this mother-daughter duo, they were charging pretty steep prices. So when we're talking about what it is they're injecting, you have the issue with injecting something that is not, regulated. It is counterfeit. It's not subject to regulatory standards for purity, safety, quality. There often in these types of things, there are things that within the injectable that are contaminants and can cause serious adverse effects. Not to mention the other, major issue is when someone who doesn't know what they're doing, is not qualified, is not trained, has no has no right to be doing this to people, just points and shoots, quite literally, the potential adverse effects that can occur, everything from blindness, stroke, really deadly. So you have that. And then another huge risk, especially since in a lot of these cases, the injectables are being done in a non-clinical setting where you don't have standards for clean and or sterile injections. People are getting serious infections. And it's not simply an infection that, oops, let's just take some antibiotics and it'll go away. No, the type of infections that people can get with injectables that are done like this outside of a clinical office with a licensed, certified, qualified physician, it's called mycobacterium infections. This is a type of bacterial infection that is associated with these types of things, and it is not as simple as, oh, just take some antibiotics and it'll go away. Oops. These bacterial infections are really, really hard to treat. The other issue, and I've spoken about this before in other videos with regards to risks of even certain skincare products, is the risk, which is quite great here, for what is called a foreign body reaction. Basically, you are putting things into your body that, like I said, can have contaminants, and maybe even the concentration of the injectable is not quite right. Your body can react negatively to that. Your immune system will try and wall that stuff off and create what's called a foreign body reaction. This can lead to the formation of nodules, hard lumps, and that can be permanent and very disfiguring. It's wild to me that these women got away with doing this for over 10 years. It really speaks to the demand for these procedures that people are willing to put their life at risk. And I really think a lot of it comes down to a lack of maybe understanding, awareness that these are serious medical procedures. Because we see it so much online, and you know, your favorite influencer is going here and there, or celebrities all seem to have it, it creates a FOMO, you know, fear of missing out. I've got to have this. I think a lot of people too become victim to this type of thing when they are in a, you know, dark place. If you are out here living your life, you're otherwise happy and content, and you think to yourself, I'm considering getting a little bit of filler in my lips. I think that would look good. I want to try it. I'm intrigued. Are you really going to go to some random woman and her daughter in their home and have it done? No, I would hope not. That's not going to be the way most people go, but a lot of people are going that route, and you have to start wondering why. Is it such a great pressure? Is there a psychiatric component to it as well? Like, a lot of people struggle with body dysmorphia, and I think these people in particular can fall victim to this type of thing because the mental health issue will get to such an extreme level that they're willing and accepting to put their lives at risk. Let me know in the comments, have you guys heard of this? I hope this video was informative in bringing awareness to this. And a lot of times people online, I've noticed, seem to get annoyed at dermatologists online who are creating content who always announce themselves as board certified. They're like, why are they always saying that? Who cares? Who cares? But knowing that your physician provider is board certified is really important, and a lot of people don't even understand what that means. They think it's just like a bragging point, but it's really not. And so I actually have a video explaining what it means to be a board certified dermatologist. I'm going to link it down below in the description box. Check that out because it really explains why that is the best route to go for when you are seeking out a cosmetic procedure. Is a board certified physician who has expertise, experience, training, qualifications, and answers to a governing body, and has to maintain a license and adhere to ethical standards. So check that video out if you were at all confused. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.